Hi, I'm Elliot Trotter. I'm the editor-in-chief of Skyd Magazine and the founder of Skyd Magazine. The nature of Skyd is that we allow for open commenting. We've played with anonymous commenting at times, or getting rid of anonymous commenting at times, but ultimately we really do want to foster positive discussion. And the internet being the place it is, and anonymity being what it is, it definitely can encourage people to be very negative and destructive with their words. And the bottom line is that's not conducive to forging real discussions that help people grow, and that's the Skyd mission statement. So, I've definitely gone through a lot of different personal evolutions in how I approach comments within Skyd. We have a pretty clear comments policy, and the bottom line is we delete comments. I do take a little bit of a sick pleasure in deleting those really negative comments that attack people, but I'm not interested in fostering negativity on Skyd. Myself and the people that put basically volunteer time and effort to do something that they believe in and they believe is doing something good for the ultimate community. It's not fair to them to allow them to be attacked, to put them up on some sort of bulletin board, or to a weird metaphor is to be the donkey that you could just pin a tail on. I prefer my donkeys tailless. So I approach how we moderate comments and discussions on Skyd pretty vigorously. In the past, I think I have stepped over when I felt like people may have been approaching negativity or overly critical without thinking. I've definitely made some mistakes in removing comments, and have tried to go back and foster critical thinking and critical discussion when it isn't negative. I think that's okay. It definitely hits me hard when someone's specifically negative to one of my writers, or specifically negative to Skyd, just because you don't particularly appreciate or like what an author, what Skyd in general is trying to do, doesn't mean that you have free license to attack. And I used to read Tim Ferriss a lot. I don't necessarily think he's a hero, but I did really appreciate his policy that he approached on his website, is that his website is his website. And I don't necessarily think that Skyd is my website, but I do see myself, and I see what Skyd does as a place to foster positive discussion and grow the sport, and I see myself as a protector of that. So if I think that things aren't accomplishing that goal, and Skyd is taking attacks, I make sure that it doesn't continue that way. So, I have in the past also maybe attacked back, and I'm very good at sarcasm, so I would often throw a little bit of sarcasm in there, and people obviously don't like that, because when they throw hate at you and you throw hate right back at them, all it's doing is fueling the fire. So usually now, unless they catch me on a sleepless evening, I try to come back with positivity if I think the comment is just something that's misled or can be talked to, and just explain with truth what the situation is from my perspective. And often that is met with positivity itself. So, if a comment or if a discussion can be pushed towards a positive direction with some positivity, then I usually try to do that now. That's what we usually try to do with Skyd, is be informative. A comment that we get a lot is like, why didn't Sky do this? Why didn't Sky do that? Which is, it's kind of funny because it's an honor to have that expectation that people want us to be doing certain things. I wish we could do everything, and I wish that we could meet all of everyone's needs and expectations. It's not a reality, and it's difficult to explain that, so I'm not going to try to. But you know, I think that's just something that people need to understand, and we meet that with we want you to get involved. If you're passionate about what this, if you're passionate about an idea that we're not accomplishing right now, help us accomplish it. And that's sort of always been the Sky motto: is how can we get more people involved to build and develop this resource that we see as doing well for Ultimate.